The shortage of cash in Cuba is not a new issue, but it has become more evident recently. Long lines outside banks and ATMs in the capital of Havana start forming early in the day as people seek cash for routine transactions like buying food and other essentials. Most entrepreneurs and small business owners in Cuba have to import almost everything they sell or pay in foreign currency for the supplies needed to run their businesses. As a consequence, many end up hoarding Cuban pesos to later change into foreign currency on the informal market.
I'm in Cuba right now and I brought a bunch of stuff to hand out to people with me. Last time I went to Cuba, I was told that basic things here are really hard to get a hold of. So this time coming, I brought a suitcase just full of things to hand out. And one of those things was things for babies. Diapers, cream, whatever babies need, I'm sure I brought. But up until now, I haven't really faced the feeling of handing that to somebody or to seeing the impact that it could make. This morning, we walked around and I always keep little toys and candies for kids in my purse with me, just in case I run across a little kid here in Cuba. And today I'm in a town called Cienfuegos, and I was walking around the street and I saw a little boy. And in my purse, I specifically have some Hot Wheels toy cars. And when I saw this little boy, something came over me and I just walked up to him and I said, "Hola, ¿te gustan los coches?" And he was so excited. He said, "Sí, sí, me encantan." And I gave him a Hot Wheels, and the look on this boy's face, he was shaking with so much excitement that he couldn't believe that he just got a toy car. And then later, I went out to dinner tonight and my waiter told me that he has a baby that's 7 months old, and getting things for babies here in Cuba is super hard. I told him, I said, "Can you wait here? I have things at home. Let me run really quick and grab some." And he said, "Please don't give me anything. I have everything I need. But if you can go to the pediatric office tomorrow, there are a bunch of babies there who need things, who need diapers, who need crema, who need whatever." And my waiter had to walk away because he was crying, because the situation here for babies, anybody who lives in the US, in a country that has resources and money and jobs and items in the grocery store and things for babies, if you're feeling a little bit sad or a little bit ungrateful, just know that our lives are super easy. And with the small amount that the people of Cuba have, they are so helpful and so nice and so lovely. And really, it just hit me. It hit me today. I don't normally get sad or show emotion on TikTok, but this is real. There are things happening in Cuba that nobody talks about, and if any of you have the opportunity to donate or to go and bring things with you, do it. And so, yeah, there's a reality about Cuba.
Experts say there are several reasons behind the shortage of cash, and it's all somehow related to Cuba's deep economic crisis, one of the worst in decades. The shortage comes as Cubans grapple with a complex monetary system in which several currencies circulate, including a virtual currency MLC, which was created in 2019. Then, in 2023, the government announced several measures aimed at promoting a cashless society, making the use of credit cards mandatory to pay for some transactions, including purchases of food, fuel, and other basic goods. But many businesses simply refuse to accept them. Making things worse is a very high inflation rate, meaning more and more physical bills are needed to buy products. A carton of eggs, which sold for 300 Cuban pesos in 2019, these days sells for about 3,100 pesos. All this while the monthly salary of a Cuban state worker ranges between 5,000 and 7,000 Cuban pesos. In recent years, there has been a significant increase in Cuban migration due to deteriorating economic conditions.
How many Cubans are actually leaving Cuba? This map explains it pretty succinctly. Over 460,000 Cubans have either applied for a visa in Mexico or have emigrated to the United States in the last 2 years alone. And not only that, but the United States' Cuban population has doubled since the year 2000 from when this map was updated, from 1.2 to 2.4 million Cubans. This is not even taking into account internal migration, of which there's a lot, as a lot of the internal migration within Cuba is from rural areas to Havana, the capital. People simply go to where the greatest opportunity is. And of those, a lot of those Cubans end up going to the United States. Florida being the #1 destination for them, as there's already a massive Cuban community there. and the United States is implicitly kind of okay with it. This has resulted in places like especially Florida, but also bits of the Northeast like New Jersey, having very strong Cuban populations and communities. This is also resulting in a massive brain drain for Cuba, as a lot of its most skilled professionals get out of town. Cuba itself has extremely limited opportunities, to say the least.
Cuba blames the long-running US trade embargo and sanctions for fueling the economic crisis. The embargo, which was imposed in 1960 and strengthened throughout the years, restricts most trade and investment with US companies.